Happy New Kiss release to all those who celebrate. Kiss destroys Anaheim, 1976. Great set. Hey group, welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. What is there to say? It was released 50 years and one day after this concert was held in Anaheim, California, in USA, of course. And it's a great set, originally recorded by Eddie Kramer, the legendary Eddie Kramer, producer and engineer to the stars. And yeah, Eddie Kramer's 84. We're all getting older than dirt. And remixed. So if you have a boot of this, since of course it was recorded at the time, and of course it got bootlegged, it's been remixed. And the mix is good. Doesn't sound like a soundboard recording or anything like that, but not retouched in the studio. And it's got all the songs you want. No Beth. No Beth. No god darn Beth. Good. It was eligible. This is touring in support of the Destroyer record, their first record after the live album went nuts. This is their follow-up to a live Destroyer. And so you get 14 songs. You get 17 tracks, 14 songs. That is, it's hard rock in the 70s, boys and girls. Drum solo, bass solo. There's two guitars, so fortunately only one guitar solo. Paul Stanley would have wanted a turn two, but he didn't. So we got 3 solos, 14 songs. 9 songs, old favorites of ours from the live record, and of course from the first 3 studio records. And then 5 songs from Destroyer. The opening track, Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World. The 1-2 punch in the studio record and here. Shout Out Loud, God of Thunder. Yeah, God of Thunder was a new song at that time. I skipped one. Oh, Do You Love Me? And which shows you that's a darn good record. You got those 5 songs from Destroyer. And it's just fun. And yeah, how many hours of Eddie Kramer produced and engineered music I've re-listened to in our lifetimes? Well, I added a couple. 4 or 5, 6. Because I was listening yesterday pretty much all day to this, and then this morning, afternoon to this. Yeah, I listened to hours, and so have you, between radio hits, whatever else. We've listened to hours of Eddie Kramer engineered and or produced music over the years, and good for us. So other thing, I don't remember my history. Okay. I was alive at the time. I was a teenager at this time. But not, I was still listening to AM radio. I'm a late bloomer. And, Paul Stanley, going on to the audience about California being, the sight of sun and sin. And of course, hey, we want to get high on alcohol, cold gin, yay. Maybe not appropriate. It was the 70s. 70s was different. Leave it at that. The 70s was different than what we experience today as to what was allowed in public life. But yeah, you little kids being exposed to code gin. You don't remember? Some of you may be young, like under 50. And don't remember the goings on of the 1970s. The Kiss became a hot band for us teenagers and adults, young adults, in the 1970s when they first broke with Alive and Destroyer. Fine. And they can scream about Code Gin and get the crowd to chant and scream Code Gin. And, and Sin and Yay and Barely Dressed Girls and Strutter. But soon, if not here at 1976, on August 20th, 1976, among these 42,000 people in a ballpark, at this Kiss show in Anaheim, California. They're small kids, their parents, so it is PG. The parents are there to supervise. It's a different time. Yeah, because, it was small children, 8, 9, 10. It became a thing in the 70s to get into Kiss because they looked like cartoon characters and the music's cool and all of that. So, Kiss became passé very quickly because it was the kid band for the little kids. Hard to imagine. Yes, I was at one of the last farewell tour shows, the one held in Cleveland. Not many small children in that show. There were some, but not many. And, so I think I mentioned everything. Cool Set is on YouTube. Check it out. And, of course, available for sale as Kiss has always been for sale. For historical purposes, because this is a time capsule. Someone 10 years or 50 years from now will find this video and go, I don't know what Kiss sounds like. It's hard rock. Except when they play Beth. Or one of the later pop songs. Or attempted pop songs in this period. It's hard rock. Production and mix by the iconic Eddie Kramer, engineer and producer to the stars of rock and roll in the 70s and later, Hendrix and everybody else, and Zeppelin. It's good. It's not maybe as pristine as, well, of course, Kiss Alive was overtubbed slightly. No overtops here. Think about it is authentic live recording. I'm not a musician. I can't tell you if if the guitar player or Gene, the bass player, hits a wrong note here, and I have no idea. But I know vocals, like the vocals are not as polished as a studio recording. So, yeah, the background vocals is not totally in sync with the lead vocal at times. I like it. I like it like that. It's authentic. You know, no overdubs. As I proclaimed earlier, no Beth, no ballads. And no really pop songs at all, other than, you know, they all rock. And not really pop songs. That would be later Kiss. And mixed company. Oh, yeah, you can have mixed company. There's no swearing. I don't remember any swearing. No promotion of sin, promotion of booze, and getting high on alcohol. Paul's clear about this. Does not reject other forms of getting high, but he's promoting getting high with alcohol. So it's nothing really objectionable here that I remember. You know, it's not a video, so no Gene's tongue ragging at you from across the room. Nah, it's all good. So it's not quite, I don't know about playing it for Pastor, but it's close enough for rock and roll. And for the young ladies. There's no ballad for the young lady. But it's not that heavy. If you don't remember your Kiss, it's not that heavy. It's accessible hard rock. Nothing political, certainly. Is it fun? Hell yeah. It's Kiss. All killer, no filler. I mean, come on. I'll read the set list to you. You want to hear this? Detroit Rock City. Kings of the Nighttime World. Let Me Go Rock and Roll. Strutter. Hotter Than Hell. Nothing to Lose. I kept that. I kept 3 of these songs. Here, excuse me a moment. Allergy kicking in slightly. So I kept Nothing to Lose. Code Gin. I almost kept Code Gin, but it goes into Ace Frehley's guitar solo, so it isn't a clean cut of the song being over. Okay? So I didn't keep Code Gin, but it is a very cool performance. Shout Out Loud. Gotta love that. Do You Love Me? Kept that. Love that song. Then you get Gene Simmons' bass solo, leading to God of Thunder, then a new song. Then you get a Peter Criss drum solo. And then, as they proclaim, the national rock and roll anthem, Rock and Roll All Night, Party Every Day. Then, and they pretend to do the, you know, somewhere along here, there's a pretend, you know, walk off and encore, the bland encore. So you get Rock and Roll All Night, Deuce, Firehouse. I kept Firehouse. Firehouse I always find fun. And it ends with Black Diamond. Yeah, that's the one pop beginning. You remember Black Diamond. You know, the heartfelt paean to African American female prostitutes on the street. You know, with Paul. Did Paul ever become a judge on a TV singing contest show? He had to get at least a guest shot. So Paul, so the nice pop, hoo, peon to black hookers on the street. But never, no, don't worry, hit it, and then it rocks us all get out. It's a beautiful cock rock song. After Paul would be going pop soon enough. But, that Kiss faking you out at the beginning of Black Diamond with pop commercial beginning and then cock rock the rest of the way through. Good night, everybody. Great show. I would have to think there's some songs on the cutting room floor. Am I wrong? Of course, they edited the between song pauses, so it will have been a 90-minute set. It's just that they took out the between song preparation. I have to think, if you're the headliner of 42,000 people, you get more than 65 minutes. Including those solos, 65 minutes. 3 solos, 65 minutes. No, you know what I mean. They do that solo for 65 minutes. It just seems that way. So you get 14 actual songs, 65 minutes. And you have to give a crowd for 42,000 their first, because this is what's notable about this show. This is their first time performing to a crowd that size. They've been doing stadium shows. Doing arena shows, 16, 20,000. But doing 40,000 plus in a baseball stadium, yeah, that's a milestone, and which is why they brought Eddie Kramer to record it. And it's a good set. They did a great set. So that takes care of all the detail, I guess. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to Extract Corner. Ring the notification bell. And on YouTube, go listen. No Beth. Kiss destroys Anaheim. Come back. Don't you love it? Yes, Kiss is old. I'm old. You may not have been born yet. And this show was happened and recorded, but bless your heart, young people under 50. And for the latest in action rock, energy rock, garage and punk and psych and psychobilly and stoner. Ooh, stoner and psych. And the classic and legacy bands that gave us everything, like Kiss. We'll have it for you here at Action Rock Corner. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.